Welcome to ICTD2010 at Royal Holloway, University of London.
Is actually just to deliver on that. That we're here to serve you, to provide you with an environment where you can make a huge difference. But that difference and the results of this conference are going to be worthless if we don't go out from here to make a difference to the lives of other people. ICT4D is fundamentally about making a difference to the lives of some of the poorest and most marginalised people in the world. How we can use technology to deliver on that. So I would just at the beginning, like everybody here, to make it their mission that by the end of this conference they will go away with just one idea about something that they're going to do differently to make the lives of the many, many poor and marginalised people in the world a little bit better. And it's quite nice that it comes just before Christmas, so that can be a Christmas present that you can give to the world. So you will hear much more from me, I'm afraid, later in the conference. But I'd now like to hand over to Professor David Simon, who is head of the Geography Department here and also a member of the ICTD Collective. David.
Good morning, and it is a great pleasure and also privilege to welcome you all to Royal Holloway. It's actually a very fitting location for, so far I understand, the largest in the series of ICTD conferences, for precisely the reasons that Tim has already alluded to. Our department has a research group known as the Centre for Developing Areas Research, which is one of the oldest and longest groupings of geographers in the UK concerned primarily with issues pertaining to the theory, policy and practices of development in different parts of the world, and increasingly, of course, as indeed ICT4D symbolises, at a global scale. Indeed, we're also one of the pioneers of work in this field dating back to the 1990s, both in terms of research on the ground, understanding how the then nascent technologies were affecting the lives of rich and poor alike, but also in terms of harnessing its potential for higher education in terms of innovative distance-based learning and related initiatives, working with UN agencies and others. The conference over 4 days, you've got the program, I think you're familiar with the basic structure and logic, but effectively concentrated particularly today and on Thursday are sessions which give expression to what Tim and I have just said in terms of the relationships between innovative technologies and their development applications and implications. I think that distinction is also worth bearing in mind. Implications very often are unintended and often unexpected. And we will be exploring not only those technologies, but innovative ways of thinking about and utilizing those technologies during the course of this conference. And indeed, I will be back with my colleague Katie Willis, who's the current director of CEDA, on Thursday morning, talking specifically about those theoretical and conceptual ways in which technologies get embedded in development, thinking, policy, and practice. I'll also be involved later on Wednesday in a demonstration of a social humanitarian application of one of these technological innovations, and there are many other such activities over the 4 days. So the one thing I think, other than both commending Tim and Dorothea and the team for having put on such a wonderful program, is to say that if you're bored at any time during these 4 days, it's nothing to do with the organisers or the diversity of offerings in the program. Look closer to home. So with that, please enjoy yourselves. I apologise in advance if the weather dampens spirits. It's likely to get colder as the week progresses, but at least inside, both in terms of the central heating and in terms of the atmosphere, it should be warm enough to keep you both interested and fully engaged. Please enjoy this conference and welcome once again to Royal Holloway.
First of all, a very warm welcome. We're absolutely delighted to see you here. Wow, what a conference we can make together, and what a group of people we have here. When the ICTD Collective and the Centre offered to host this conference, we said what we'd offer would be an excellent, a diverse and a participatory conference. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. But we can't do it alone, we will need your help. In terms of excellence, think of it, we will have over the 4 days, in the 2 middle days, classic conference fair of the conference papers, conference posters and conference demos. And we also have on day 1 and on day 4, 41 sessions organised by various session organisers who's come forward to organise this. So thank you very much, because I expect there to be an awful lot of excellence in all those 4 days. Together, we can make this a fantastic event. Thank you so much for coming, and have a great conference.